your name before you answer each question, but we're going to start with our opening statement. Helen, could you please begin with your opening statement?
Helen Walsh. Ladies first, I like that. I want to thank the Lighthouse, the Chamber, and the Community Church for this opportunity, and to thank all of you for coming and participating in the political process. All three of us here this evening have business backgrounds, leadership qualities, but I'm the only woman running. Yeah, you can tell the difference, right? I am a fiscal conservative who will work to preserve the resources for our future and the businesses of the city, and prepare for new ventures, hopefully. We're blessed with a beautiful mountain and lake environment, and our four-season resort community offers so many opportunities for growth and prosperity. As a woman, we know that it's not fair to listen to some of the children some of the time and not pay attention to all of them all of the time. And that's no different in city government. Each member has a different point of view and opinions, and I promise that I will listen and consider all of them. When elected to City Council, I will listen to the community. I will be the voice of reason and responsibility to all of the community. I've been serving the community of Big Bear Lake for 15 years, and I am prepared to be your voice. I'm not a politician, I'm a public servant.
Hello, my name is Bob Jakowski. My wife and I have owned a home in the Big Bear Valley for 13 years now, 10 of which have been in the city of Big Bear Lake. I will bring to the council 38 years of growing a small three-person company into one that was employing over 200 people. I learned how to grow a business the old-fashioned way, with hard work, dedication, and sweat. Along the way, I gained years of experience in listening, making informed decisions, honesty, integrity, how to have an open-minded opinion on things, and most importantly, independent thinking. Regina and I have been so very fortunate to live in a community filled with so many great people, caring people who have welcomed us with open arms. We give back to our community by supporting most of the valley-wide organizations because this is our home, and we are always ready to help others. I want to be part of making Big Bear the best that it can be, and to make certain that this beautiful valley that we enjoy today will be here in the future for our children, their children, and visitors to enjoy. Over the past 2 years, I've been honored to serving on the Planning Commission, and I'm currently its chairman. Earlier this year, I was appointed by the county to a 7-member oversight board as its only member to represent the interests of the citizens of Big Bear Valley, or Big Bear Lake, I should say. Representing the interests of our community is the only reason I have for wanting to serve on the City Council. I intend to safeguard your rights and represent your interests in a clear, vocal, and independent voice on the Council. I have but one objective in serving you, and that is to serve you and your needs. I will work to get City Hall, the staff, its membership, the Council, and our community businesses and citizens to work together for the common good of everyone in the city. Thank you.
Leon, your opening statement, please.
Thank you, Rachel, and good evening, everyone. I, too, want to thank the Chamber of Commerce and the Lighthouse Project for making this forum possible tonight. And I also want to thank all of you for showing up and coming here to listen to us. Mary Jo and I have been married for 26 years. We're the proud parents of 6 kids and 12 grandkids. 21 of those 26 years, we've made Big Bear Lake our home. I'm a native Southern Californian, as my wife is, and my wife and I own 2 small businesses. Most importantly, I'm a Navy veteran, and one of the big things that I felt, one of my big accomplishments on the council was I led the effort to create a meaningful memorial to recognize our veterans, including the banner program on the boulevard and the Fallen Warriors of Big Bear Valley Memorial Wall in Veterans Park. My city council history has been a tale of 2 terms. When I was first elected in 2004, the economy was good, the city was running well, and we were just humming along. And I had the pleasure of serving as mayor for 2 years. But during the second term, in 2008, when I was reelected, we obviously had an economic downturn. And recognizing this, I worked with our city council and our senior staff to do a couple of things. One, make sure that we keep our budgets in balance. Two, streamline operations. And three, reduce the size and scope of our local government. This resulted in a reduced staff by over 20% through attrition and not through layoffs. We reduced the general fund by 8%, and city has continued to live within its means. Big Bear Lake has fared much better than most cities, and like Mammoth Lake, San Bernardino, Stockton, we're not in the position that some of those cities are. Tonight I hope to talk about our quality of life programs and many other issues that face our city as we move forward for the next 4 years. And I was told by Rachel that if I go over 2 minutes, bad things are going to happen to me, so I'm going to give this up.
Okay, with that, we'll start our first question. Our first question goes to Helen. Each candidate has been provided with the California Code of Fair Campaigning Practices statement for each candidate to voluntarily sign. This statement says that you will conduct yourself and your campaign in an honest manner without negative attacks on any candidate. Have you signed this statement? If not, will you sign it now? If not, why not?
Helen Walsh, and I did sign the statement.
Oh, Bob Jakowski. I have had the occasion to be here for both of the previous forums, and not on one occasion have I heard any of the candidates discuss the importance of the Code of Fair Practices, Campaign Code of Fair Practices, and what it means to you and what it means to me. So please give me a couple of moments to quote some of the important parts within this code. And I'm just going to quote these. I shall conduct diligent fact-finding before making any decisions. I shall not use or permit the use of half-truths or falsifications. I shall conduct my campaign openly and publicly. I shall defend and uphold the right of every qualified American voter to a full and equal participation in the electoral process. Those I felt were very, very important parts of it. What I've just read defines my beliefs in serving our community. Listening to all the facts and making right decisions. Telling the truth and being honest, no deceptions. Transparency in government, not misleading, no half-truths, communications both ways. Integrity, morals, and independence. Treat everyone with respect and respect their opinion. Define the rights of our citizens. These are some of the qualities that I will bring to the City Council. And yes, I have signed these documents and I do agree with them.
Yes, this is Bill Yon. I too have signed the documents. I consider them a minimum standard going into this election, and will follow them very closely. And as I said, I consider them a minimum standard. So.
Thank you. Our next question will go to Bob Jakowski. The city and the CSC have been working towards consolidating the fire departments. If elected, how would you approach this important issue?
Well, if the consolidation of the fire departments is underway, I totally and completely support the consolidation. I think it's a win-win situation for everyone involved. Chief Willis, I spoke with yesterday, is very, very happy with the way the transition is progressing. Actually, he thinks it's doing much better than it could have been doing. Morale is high, the sharing of staff is working, and I will support it as it moves forward. We are currently in phase 2, and the expectations of ending phase 2 and moving on to phase 3 will occur next year, probably in July, which will be the ending of the contracts between the two respective unions that are involved in the consolidation. What the benefits have been to Big Bear Lake are significant, I believe. We've have better and faster emergency services. And in a community where where we have as many people that are over 60 years old, I think that's extremely important. Phase 3 is a much more difficult phase to move into. We're going to take our time, make sure that Phase 2 is complete, everyone is happy. We'll move into that, and hopefully we can create one independent fire district for the complete valley at some point in time in the future.
This is Bill Yan. Yes, I too support the consolidation of the fire district. I've been working on it now for some time. I will tell you, going into the consolidation, I was probably one of the most skeptical ones in the room, but after working through it with our city council, our fire board, and our counterparts on the East End and Chief Willis, I fully support the consolidation. I think it's going to be good for the valley, and I would even support a valley-wide consolidation, including the county areas as well, but that's a couple steps away right now. We are focused on getting this deal done. I talked to Chief Willis this morning. The labor groups have thrown their weight behind the consolidation. They want to see it done. I personally have met with the labor groups as well, and they've told me that they support the consolidation. So I think it's a great move for the city. And I got to tell you, after the consolidation of the fire department's done, if there's other areas we can consolidate, I'm going to look at that as well, because I think it only makes sense for the valley as a whole. We can stay independent from the West End, from the East End, and still work on consolidation plans like we're doing with the fire department. So I totally support it.
You get to keep that. You're first.
No, I haven't responded.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Helen,
That's okay.
apologize.
You can't forgive me. I'm not going to let you.
I knew that.
Helen Walsh. I too agree that the merger is a wonderful thing for our valley. And I also have met with Chief Willis, and I've also met with several of the firefighters from both Big Bear Lake and Big Bear City. They think the merger is a good thing. They're all ready for it. A lot of them have known each other for years. They went to school together here in the valley, and now they're working together. They're all friends. They think that Chief Willis is doing a good job in merging the employees together. The employees seem to really like what he is doing. The problem lies with the fact that the agencies have different compensation and benefit packages. As with the merger of any two businesses, that will take some work and diligent negotiations, but I have no doubt that it will get resolved. And I, too, would also like to see the whole valley under one umbrella.
Thank you. Bill Young will be asked the next question. Bill, taking the city and the CSC and fire consolidation to a step further, what is your position on having one valley-wide city?
Well, as we all know, that was tried once and didn't work out too well. I can tell you that the spirit of cooperation between the East End and the West End is one that I've never seen before. Going through this consolidation process on the fire departments, there's just been, the spirit of cooperation's been terrific. Do I think that spirit of cooperation would last through a valley-wide city? I'm not sure. I can tell you that if there were folks on both sides of Division Avenue that wanted to make it happen, I would certainly entertain it and work towards that goal. But I think we have to move very slowly. I think it's I'm not sure that the folks on I think the reason the folks live on the East End is because they want to live in the county area, not necessarily the city. So, but I would entertain it, and I would work on it if the majority of the folks on both sides of the city, both sides of the county line wanted to see something happen. I'm basically for anything that can save money and can streamline things and move this valley forward. Thank you.
Helen Walsh. Ever since I've lived in the Big Bear Valley, there have been sort of for lack of a better word, I guess, a rift between the East End and the West End. I know that when Sir Optimus was trying to, and we still are trying to put a community pool in, and it is going to happen, but There was much discussion on whether it was going to be in the east end of the valley or whether it was going to be in the west end of the valley. And that seems to be the thing that happens with every issue that comes up. But I would certainly support that. It would be great cost savings to the whole community. There's no downside to that. It's just a matter of getting all the entities together to agree and to cooperate.